Mueller hits peak desperation. Look what he's planning to do now, by Amy Moreno for truthfeednews.com. Things are not going so good for Special Counsel Robert Mueller and his sham Russia witch hunt. Now he's looking to validate the debunked probe by dropping 2 terabytes of untranslated social media content from so-called Russian operatives who interfered in the 2016 election. This is another stunt by Team Mueller to keep his fraud probe in the news. From the Daily Caller, Special Counsel Robert Mueller on Wednesday revealed his office is prepared to flood 2 terabytes of Russian social media content without any translation into the court record to comply with a discovery request by one of the defendants in his collusion case. The government's lead attorney, Jeannie Scalfini confirmed her office had compiled 2 terabytes of Russian language social media content and confirmed little of it was translated. The government did not translate every single word and doesn't have to, she told a court. The tactic was denounced by Eric Dublier, the American attorney retained by Concord Management and Consulting, one of the 3 Russian companies indicted by Mueller last February as part of a broad indictment against the 13 Russian individuals in his Russian collusion case. The defendants are accused of conspiracy to defraud the United States for interfering in the 2016 presidential election, the indictment said. What a crock, it's just sickening, actually. We are most concerned with the release of massive amounts of social media in Russian, Dublier told the U.S. District Court Judge Dabney L. Friedrich, a Trump appointee. They had 5 weeks to ramp up on discovery. There has been no discovery. A terabyte is the equivalent of 1,024 gigabytes of information. Another way to measure the quantity of information is that Mueller's social media content could fill nearly 1,500 CD-ROMs. One of Concord's chief weapons against Mueller has been the Russian company's request for discovery, the examination of evidence Mueller has collected concerning the charge of Russia collusion. The defense tactic could be used to embarrass Mueller and the U.S. intelligence community, as reported earlier by the Daily Caller News Foundation. Mueller originally filed the indictment as a high-profile case to prove Russian collusion to interfere in the election. His only successful case in his investigation into the Russian collusion was former Trump campaign advisor George Papadopoulos' guilty plea to a single-count indictment. Mueller's case against the Russians was more theater than prosecution, said former federal prosecutor Andrew C. McCarthy in describing the original indictment. But Concord, one of the named defendants, hired an American law firm and asked for a speedy trial under federal rules. The firm notified the court the Russian company insisted on the right of discovery. In a related move, Dublier filed a motion on May 14th in which he told the court he moved for an in-camera inspection of the legal instructions provided to the grand jury regarding count 1 of the indictment. He said the information could be used to determine whether the instructions provided could support a motion to dismiss. Dublier also denounced Mueller as illegitimate. He said in the filing that Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein licensed a special counsel who for all practical political purposes cannot be fired to indict a case that has absolutely nothing to do with any links or coordination between any candidate and the Russian government. The risk here is acute. That is, a foreign corporation with no presence in the United States is indicted in an unprecedented case of a type never before brought by the DOJ for conspiring to defraud the United States purportedly by not complying with certain regulatory requirements that are unknown even to most Americans, he continued. The case resumes June 15th. You know, Mueller, give it up. You're making a laughing stock of yourself, the DOJ, worse than what you are already, and the country. Disgusting. Just, like, what? Sometimes you even get sick of reading this garbage. Like, they actually believe that this is going to hold up in court. I mean, really? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.